Yo, what is up, guys? It is Detox, and welcome back to a very fucking special video today. Now, the reason I say this, like you probably read in the fucking title, we're talking about my first time doing acid. Now, I have a great amount of appreciation for this substance, and it used to be my number one favorite drug. And if I had to make a ranking list of all the substances and shit I've done, I'd probably put it at the top just for the sheer amount of appreciation I have for it as a whole. Like, I don't know. I'm going to get into it for sure, but I love acid, man. I love it, bro. I had the best day of my life off acid and the worst day of my life off acid. Now, this first time was neither of those, so it's not going to be too crazy, but this is actually the second most intense trip I've ever had besides the worst trip of my life, which I will definitely be doing a video on soon. And it's the reason why I kind of quit acid, and I haven't done acid in about 2 years since that trip because it fucked me up so bad. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into the first time I ever took acid. Now, like I always say, I feel like I gotta say this every time because I've been doing it, but like I always say, let me set the stage for you folks. So I had just turned 17. I'd say it was about 2 weeks after me turning 17. And actually, I had just joined this homeschool for halfway through my junior year because I had gotten in trouble in my main school, bruh. Now, it was nothing to do with drugs. It's a very funny video, and I will definitely be making a video on that shit, bruh, because it's a classic. No one has a story like that ever. But I had just gotten into this homeschool, and I had a few friends in the homeschool already. You know, it was like a homeschool program where we'd meet up at church for half a day, and then we'd go home and shit and then do our homework at home. It was the most remedial shit. I just cruised through my whole senior year doing this homeschool shit. All I do is just smoke weed on my back porch and finish. I remember I finished a whole year's worth of science in one day for that fucking homeschool program. It was so fucking stupid. But anyways, I'm chilling there one day and I'm talking to my friend. We'll call him Harold, okay? Me and Harold are chilling at a back table and I tell him, hey, bruh, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm finally going to try acid. Now, this is after Xans, after X pills. I'm going up the ladder. So I was kind of preparing myself to lead up to this moment because I really wanted to try this shit. I had heard so many interesting things about it and I was really excited. I was ready. One thing y'all got to keep in mind, if you are going to try this shit for the first time, you better be fucking ready, bruh. And you better want to do it. Be excited and be happy to do it. Because if you are not, you will fucking fuck your shit up in so many ways imaginable if you don't have a strong mind to get yourself out of that shit. And sometimes even if you do have a strong mind, you really can't get out of that shit. But thankfully today was not one of those bad days for me. I was very excited, very enthusiastic, and I wanted to do this shit. So I hit my plug and I'm like, yo, bruh, I need some fucking tabs. Where they at, bruh? And he says, look, man, I got some double dose tabs. You can come get them. My sister gonna sell them to you. She's gonna be here. Just knock on the door, or I'll give you her snap. I think he gave me her snap. So he gave me her snap. I hit her up. I was like, yo, what's up? Can I come get these tabs after school and shit today? She's like, yeah, I'll be free around like 4. And then you can slide and come get them. It's gonna be all good. I said, bet. So let's fast forward to when I get the tabs. Now, keep in mind, guys, it's a Friday afternoon, so school had just let out for the week. All my public school friends had gotten out and shit too. So shit, I was lit, bro. I was about to trip tonight with some friends. I was about to have a good old time. But what I didn't realize is that tonight was this dance. So about 85% of the friends that I usually hang out with were going to this dance. So I was gonna have a limited selection of who I was gonna hang out with, and that is not something you don't want to take acid like going on a wing, bruh, like, or a wing or a limb. I don't know the fucking word for it, bruh, but you don't want to just hastily take that shit. This is something you want to plan out and make sure, especially for your first time, make sure you got good people around you. Preferably someone who's like not sober, bro, but not tripping as well, so they can fucking watch y'all if y'all are gonna do it. And you typically don't want to be tripping alone, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't plan this out as enough as I should have, but I bought the tabs. I got 2 of them, only ended up taking 1. I sold the other actually to Harold. That's why I mentioned it. Me and him have both been interested in taking acid, so we kind of talked about it at school and shit. And he said, hey, can you grab an extra tab for me? I'll pay you for it. I said, bet. So I grabbed 2 of the quote unquote double dose tabs. They really might have been because I was tripping my ass off. But anyways, Fast forward, I give Harold his fucking tab, and he's with my friend. We'll just call him Chris, bro. Chris and Harold are just chilling in the car, and I tell them both, y'all, I'm about to do it. I'm about to enter the fucking, I don't know what. I didn't know what to expect. All I know is I was so excited. I was so happy. I was just ready to do it, bro. It was an exciting day for me, bro. I don't even know how to describe it, bro. You see me, I'm stumbling over my words more this video. One, because I'm high as fuck off that gas right now, and two, this was just a very overwhelming day for me in a good way, bro. So I tell him I'm going to do it. I give Harold the tabs, and I head over to my friend. We'll call him Lance's house. Now, Lance is chilling there with Nigel, okay? Nigel and Lance, fuck it, we'll call him that. So Nigel and Lance are chilling at his house, and Nigel's getting ready to go to the dance, so he got his suit on and shit. And there's a few other kids who are friends with them who are there and shit too. But it's going to be just me, Lance, and this kid named MJ hanging out tonight, okay? So me, Lance, and MJ are the only ones who aren't going to the dance or in this house right now. But the rest of the guys who are going to the dance are getting ready and shit, getting their suits on and shit. Everyone used to go to Lance's house to smoke and shit and have a great time, bro. So that's where I decided pulling up tonight. So I say I dropped the tab around like 6:15, right? 6:15, 6:20, and I drop it maybe while I'm on the way. Yeah, I dropped it while I was driving to fucking Lance's house. And so I pull up there. I'd already dropped the tab maybe like 10 minutes before because Lance stayed like 10 minutes away from my plug's house, right? So I pull up to Lance's crib, walk in the door, and it's just Nigel and Lance sitting there, and they look at me and they just start dying laughing because they know what I'm doing, bro. And they're a little bit younger than me, so they always used to joke on me about different shit I do and everything. It was pretty funny, bro. I was actually the one who, like, don't do this, guys, but I kind of peer pressured them into trying to ask them for the first time, bro. But they had a great time, so it turned out okay. But don't do that, bro, unless it's someone you're really close with and you know they can handle it. But anyways, I was chilling with them. They're laughing at me, pointing at me and shit, fucking with me. And I'm telling them, I have some funny videos, bruh. If I can find them, I'll put them on the screen right now. But I have some funny videos of me telling them, like, y'all need to chill. I need everything to be cool. Like, I don't want to have a bad trip. Like, I'm tweaking out. Like, because at this point, I'm starting to kind of get that come up anxiety. That feeling is just flowing through my body, that warmness, bruh. It felt like I had just gotten on a roller coaster and I was slowly but surely going up that fat ass hill, and I was just getting ready to shoot off into space, bro. So I could feel it coming. So I start laughing and shit. I'm having a really good time, bro. Everything's really fucking funny to me. And then the colors start popping a little bit more. Everything gets more vibrant, bro. And in my mind, I was like, wow, this is actually real. This is actually happening right now. I'm actually doing this, bruh. Anyways, I'd say I really start coming up right when Nigel leaves to go to the dance and all the other guys. And then Lance asked me, hey, do you want to smoke with me and MJ out on the back porch? Guys, let me tell you this. If you are a fat ass pothead, I definitely encourage smoking on your come up as long as it's not too much, bro, because the way it intensifies the trip is so fucking dope. If you're ready for it, it is so fucking cool. But if you make the mistake of smoking too much or not being ready to smoke while off acid, you're going to trip so hard, you're going to end up putting yourself in a bad place, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful. I knew this going in. I had done all my research, but I didn't believe it because I was such a fucking pothead, and I still am, but even more so back then, that I really didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm trying to get as fucked up as possible. I'm trying to get high as fuck, so let's go. So I'd say about 45 minutes has passed, and now it's like really starting to fucking settle in, bro. I remember every time I ever did acid, the way I knew I was officially coming up and officially like on the threshold of sober and tripping is I'd always breathe in like this. It's gonna be a stupid ass noise, so y'all probably gonna laugh. But listen, I did this every fucking time, just like that. And for some reason, whenever I like inhale like that real quick, I could hear it right next to my ears, bruh. Because whenever I do it right now, I can kind of hear it, but it's quiet. Whenever I did that shit off acid, I could hear that shit. It would pop. So that's how I like told myself I was tripping or I wasn't tripping, bruh. It was a weird way of doing it, but that's just what I remember. So anyways, I started doing that shit. Of course, it's my first time doing it, so I don't have this system in place, but I started doing that, and I could hear my breath like right in my ears. And in my mind, I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? I started laughing so hard. It was fucking hilarious, bro. Anyways, we go outside and we were taking Jeebs, gravity bong hits, like every fucking kid in high school, right? So we start pulling Jeebs, and I take about 2 of them hoes. The first one, it got me geeked, bro, not gonna lie. But after I took that second one, I just shot up into fucking space, bro. I don't even know. I don't remember how I described this trip, bro. I remember when I came down a little bit and I started to come down. I remember that a lot more. But when I was with Lance and MJ, the only thing I can remember is, keep in mind, Lance was 14 at the time. I'm like 16, okay? So fucking, I let Lance drive my car all around town, and I was just tripping, staring at my phone, bro. And I had this cartoon picture on my phone that kept opening, and different cartoons would like pop out of it. It was so fucking weird, bro. Everything was fucking breathing, bro. It was a good time, don't get me wrong, and I'm grateful for that experience, but it was so much weirder and so much more overwhelming than I imagined it, that I was a zombie for a good like 3 hours, bro. When I was at my peak and shit, I did not know what the fuck was going on. I remember we went to go buy weed, and it's a cool ass plug. I'm still cool with them to today, but Lance pulls up, and it's like not the best part of town, and I remember the plug forgot his scale, bro, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna go in and get my scale real quick, but I thought he had said to MJ, give me your fucking scale or I'm gonna shoot you. I thought that's what he said, and I had to ask Lance after we left. I was like, bro, is that what he said? And he was like, hell no, you was tripping like shit. But that's what I thought he said, and I like look up for a second, and then I look right back down at my phone and just start tripping balls, bro, just like I've been before. Anyways, we get the weed and shit, go back, smoke some more, but then it's time for me to go. I'd say it's like 4 hours into my trip, or probably like 3.5, so it's like 9:30, 10 at this point, and I call my friend PJ, and I hit him up and I said, hey, bro, let me come to the movies real quick. For some reason, I wanted to go to the movies and get popcorn. I don't know. I was a weird kid. But I told him I want to go get popcorn while I'm tripping balls. Now, guys, don't drive off of acid. It's really stupid. But I'd say a majority of my trips, I did drive off of acid just because I really said fuck it back then, and I drove off of everything, which is fucking retarded. Do not do that shit. But I was driving, bro, I felt like a tiny ass race car driving on the road with fat ass buildings and shit all around me. It was super weird, and my driver's side door kept shrinking. Like, it kept shrinking, and I kept thinking I was gonna be stuck in my car because I didn't shrink. It was just a door that shrunk. And I thought I couldn't open it, bro. It kept shrinking and closing, bro. And it did that like the whole time I was going to fucking the movies, bro, to see PJ. I walk into the movies, bro. It seems like the biggest fucking world I've ever seen in my life. I'm looking up, bro. It is the highest ceiling I've ever seen, ever. I'm just geeking out, laughing the whole time. I was having a pretty decent time after my peak ended, because my peak was super overwhelming. Not to a terrible point, but just to the point where I was just a zombie. I was just staring at shit because it looked so cool. I couldn't even process words at that point. I was just, my brain wouldn't turn off, and I was just on full fucking hyperdrive, if you will, bro. But by the time my peak I started coming down a little bit, maybe about 4 hours into the trip, I was at the movies. I was talking to PJ a little bit. He was like, yo, bruh, how's the acid? And I told him, I said, dude, it's pretty dope. You should try it one time. And he said, hell nah, bruh, because he's like a super big Christian or whatever. So yeah, he didn't want to do that shit. But I was describing it to him for a little bit, and then I went and sat in a parking lot for maybe about another 2 hours because I was too scared to go home. Because like I said, if my parents would have found out I did any of this shit, they would have killed me back then in high school, you feel me? So I stayed there till I was straight, or till my parents went to sleep. Then I went back home. I watched this one video. This is the first time I ever had that effect where it feels like you in the screen. I don't know if y'all ever had that shit. You know, on your phone, how like if you're texting, letters start jumping and shit, and the time and like the corner starts like wiggling and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching videos on my phone. It was the first time I ever felt like I was in a video. I looked up cool trippy videos. I remember I was listening to Hotel California, and this is when I really appreciated music off this shit. I was listening to Hotel California, and I could hear every single instrument separately. It was beautiful, bro. It was an experience, man. But yeah, I woke up the next day. I was down. I was like out of it for about 2 days, bro. I think it's because my serotonin was so depleted. I was really out of it. But after about 2 days, I was straight, and then I made a full recovery, man. And yeah, on to more tripping for me, bro. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Special video, special joy to me. I'll never forget it, bro. I'm definitely going to be doing my best trip and my worst trip ever. All that shit. I got tons of acid content for y'all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video today, guys. Please like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Really appreciate the support. Whoever is that actual one subscriber out there, I really appreciate you watching and liking the videos. I see you staying active and shit. Hell yeah. I'm geeked as shit, so I'm just go. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.